Alice. I gave her a sword this time around because if I need to do damage with Alice, she'll be able to do it now. Just in case. And since she's using a sword, she can still use all her shield spells and skills and whatnot. So still good. Not like it matters. Okay. Now you notice here, I gave Alice a medium-sized armor. That's because I don't have very many large armors at the moment, and I gave the large armor to Sakia because she really needed the defense boost. Okay, then we have plus 10 magic defense, plus 10 physical defense, and plus 10 status resistance. Satori. I still have the casting speed rod on her, or the fast casting speed rod on her, because I want to make sure that her mind blast will go first. There we go. Blah 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 blah. Then we have the speed accessories. That's the speed accessory. That's plus 15 speed. This is plus 15 induction. I need that induction bonus so that Mind Blast will have a high chance of paralysis. Okay, Yomu. We have plus 10 evasion, resistance against piercing type attacks, resistance against blunt type attacks. This is her 3rd tier sword. This is a nice shield for physical attacks. And we have some armor. Okay. And we're back to the start. Okay. If you want to set up your parties again when you re-enter this area, you just talk to the book. Or just walk up to the book. Then you come up with this screen. Now you can set up your parties. Now, if you're using Natori, you always want to partner her up with either Marissa or Patchouli, preferably both. But in this case, I'm just going to team up Natori with Patchouli, because Patchouli has lots of full screens, and Natori can take advantage with the chaser skills. So that's why I'm putting it like that. Now, I'm going to have Mako in this party as well for more damage, as well as being a tank. It's always nice. And then I'm going to put Reimu in this party as well for magic damage support. Or single target magic damage support, rather. And then, who do I have left? I guess I'm going to put Satori in this party too, maybe? Oh, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. No. That's a very bad idea. Rewind. I'm going to put Satori and Yomu in this party. That's better. Because I like using the Phoenix formation. It's a very good formation because you get lots of bonuses and you can split them up accordingly. And then my commander will be Byakuren, so she can heal up MP for this party. Second party, I'm going to have Sakia, Alice, Sanae, Marissa, Ramu, and Aya as commander, as always. Because that's what she's supposed to do. Now we have a party split. Now remember, when you have your party done, you can't switch them back. Or you can't change your equipment, rather, sorry. Okay, skill trees. Natori. As you can see here, I have 20 points into here to increase damage on her chaser skills, and at 20 points she also gains +1 resistance in the 4 basic elements, because you never know when you might get hit by something and it does a lot of damage. And then I have 16 points into here to get more attack power. Patchouli. I've gotten 13 points into here to get a large MP pool and magic attack, as well as a couple of bombs. This skill tree, I just wanted to get 13 points here to increase the casting speed on both her spell card and magic attacks. And then 7 points into here to increase damage on magic attacks. Or elemental attacks, rather. So yeah. Moving on. Mako. I've put 16 points into here so that her physical attacks have a 25% increase in casting speed to make sure she doesn't go last. That's the most important thing. And then 16 points into her unique weapon skill tree. Now this is very important here. Not only do you get a nice attack and accuracy boost, but it also has another effect. This effect basically doubles the chance of a status effect landing when Mako uses physical attacks. Now recall back that I'm using a fist that causes silence. Yeah, that's exactly why. Satori, 7 points into here to increase casting speed by 20%. Yeah, casting speed of learned attacks by 20%. and max out this skill tree to make sure you get the highest chance of causing status effects. In this case, Mind Blast, Paralysis. Spare points into here to increase our MP pool because it's very small. Yomu. Now, as you recall, I was using the Asura sword skill tree, which was because it has area of effects on her attacks, and yeah. However, this time around I'm going to be running her Human Realm Sword Stance skill tree because I want pure damage. Hell yeah. Nice crit rates, just crits all over the place, man. It's gonna be awesome. And then I've got points into here to increase her attack power. Leftover points went to here to increase her HP, MP pool, etc, etc. This is gonna take a while. Byakuran is a commander, so I just invested points to get more bombs here. Plus 2 bombs, plus 1 bomb, plus 1 bomb. Now, please note that if you're using a Byakuran for a different purpose, then obviously your skill tree will be different. For example, you invest in this skill tree to increase her buffing capabilities, this skill tree to increase the debuffing or status infliction capabilities, and this skill tree for damage and HP and MP. So it's up to you what you want to do. If you want more information, please look up the English wiki because, yeah, can't be asked talking about it. Okay, Reimu, I put 25 points into here so that her heals now have a small AoE and can heal status effects. Just because. Why not? And then shove points to here and here to increase her light attack damage and whatnot. And put leftover points into here to increase her defensive capabilities too. Marissa, I put 5 points into here purely because I want that extra bomb. Not gonna lie. Marissa starts out with 4 bombs. That is not enough. Then I invest the points into here to increase her elemental damage, and as you can see, I also have a 25% MP reduction cost on all of her attacks. As you can see here, I also invested 16 points to increase the MP pool and magic attack. If I had extra points, I would have invested 4 more points into here so she'd get another minus 25% MP reduction in her spells, which will be a total of 50. But I don't have enough points because I want the extra bomb. Moving on. Sane, as I said, if you're going to be using her in random battles as a physical attacker, max out the skill tree, gonna be worth it. And then I have points here to increase her attack power and speed. Aya is the commander, so I'm just investing into bombs. Sakya. As you can see here, I don't have the full 25 points because you're not going to be using Full Moon Revenge in a random encounter. That's just pointless. So what I did was I used those 5 points to invest into various other trees, just purely because I want more attack power. As you can see, 15 attack power, 10 attack power. This one gives me +1 resistance against instant death, which would be quite nice to have in this area. And points into here to get more HP. So yeah. Alice. Now, there's one thing I'd like to point out about the update between 1.04 and 1.06. Alice's Parietal skill, otherwise I've been calling it the Column Protect skill. I'll call it Parietal from now on because that's what it's listed as on the English wiki to stop confusing people. Now, what happened in 1.04 was that when you use Alice's Parietal skill, the Alice will shield those characters indefinitely for that one turn. So in other words, any attack for that turn, Alice will protect the other characters using her shield. Now, in 1.06, what they changed about this was that instead of Parietal lasting one full turn and blocking all attacks for that one turn, what happens is that Parietal now still lasts one turn, however, it will only last for one attack on that turn. Now, if you invest points into this skill tree, for example, 1 point here, what happens here is that 1. It increases the number of attacks Alice can protect the characters with a Parietal skill, and in this case it will be +2 attacks. And then if you invest 5 points, Alice can now protect characters using her Parietal skill for 3 attacks on that one turn. And then 13 points, she can protect characters with a Parietal skill for 4 attacks. And then finally, 25 points is 6 attacks. In other words, they just kinda nerfed Parietal her pariah skill a little bit, but if you just max out the skill tree, then it's pretty much the same as 1.04, to be quite frank. So whatever. And then you can just shove all the points into a second skill tree to increase her defensive capabilities. So yeah. And Tori... Well, oh wait, back at the start. Okay. Now, if you want to switch parties, you press the select button, if I believe. It's either select or start, it's one or the other.